Welcome to Ludus Vulpes. My name is Kirsty.
And I'm Phil.
You join us as we work through our A to Z of board games. For H, we have chosen Honshu.
In Honshu, you play as nobles in feudal Japan, building a village or city to the glory of the emperor. And to do so, you're going to be drawing cards from your hand and growing your map of your city. So it's a bit of map building, kind of a bit of tile laying, and a bit of resource management along the way. And if that sounds like fun, join us for the rules and then the game.
Nice.
So,
resources.
Yeah, and cards. We've got a deck of cards, we've got some resources. Also,
Pretty.
a wonderfully portable game, I might add. Now,
Yes.
in Honshu, you have each player starts with a hand of 6 cards. The game plays over 12 rounds, and at the halfway point, you're going to get dealt a new 6 cards. Something happens at the quarter points, which we'll talk about in a moment.
Okay.
During the game, you'll be playing cards from your hand to the table. We will then reveal those cards, and whoever has played the highest value card will be the first player. Now, in a 3 to 5 player game, you'll also be able to take a resource from your card, from your growing map, and add it to that card to increase its value by 60.
Wow.
So let's just show you what a card might look like, and like the anatomy of a card almost. So this card is some land, some city, a little lake, and the number 28. So I could add a resource to make that number 88.
Wow.
And increase the value of it. Now, what I will do is, after we've established who the first, second, third, and fourth, fifth player is, the first player in player order then gets to select from the 5 cards in the display which card they want, and it does not have to be the card they played. So it could be somebody else's card.
Steal it away.
You can steal it away. You'll then take that card and you will add it somewhere to your ever-growing city. Now, there are placement rules, and the one placement rule you can't break is that lakes must always remain visible. So I couldn't play there, and I couldn't play there, for example. That would be a no-go area. The other placement rule is that the cards must either over or underlap. So I could actually play there and place the lake there, or I could play there, which is probably a slightly better move because of the way lakes work within the game, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So after I've played, everyone will take their cards and place on their map. That can happen simultaneously once the cards have been selected, a bit of time, and then we'll go into the next round, and we will then play our cards again to the centre of the table. We'll draw, and we'll continue until we get to 3 cards left in our hand, at which point we will pass them to our left in anti-clockwise order, or clockwise order, sorry. I don't know my left from my right.
It's fine.
I've not got L and R written on my hands.
You can change that.
Please don't. So we're going to pass those on. So in this 2-player game, I'll be taking Kirsty's 3 cards and she'll be taking my 3 cards. And you'll play the cards remaining in another player's hand. They will get down to 0 cards and we'll deal a further 6 cards. And at the once 9 cards have been played, and we'll swap the cards again. Once all 12 cards have been played, the game will end and we will score the game. Now, scoring the game is where things get a little bit interesting, and this handy quick reference card tells you pretty much everything you need to know. So at the end of the game, for every forest space you have on your board, you're going to score 2 prestige points. For the biggest city, continuous city you have on your board, so in this instance that would be nicely continuous, so that would be 3. For the biggest city, you're going to score 1 prestige point per city square you've got on your board.
So that would be 3.
It would be 3 points.
Woo. I'm on maths today.
You are in maths today. Now, one of the things we didn't mention in the playing of the cards is if you've got a resource space, like I start with this blue resource space, which is a fishing resource space, I take a resource cube, I'm going to place it on there. At the end of the game, I can use those resources to power my factories, and the factories are highlighted by the little sort of star shape. So in this one, it's a gold factory. This one has a stone factory. And if this was,
This is a forest,
and that's a forest resource, not a factory though.
yes.
So if this was, let's say this was a stone instead of a fish resource, I could at the end of the game move that resource to there, and that would give me 3 prestige points for powering that factory.
Okay, so it's worth keeping an eye on the different resources.
Yeah, and the
factories.
value of each factory is changed 2, 3, or 4 prestige
Wow.
points through the game. So what's left? Well, the last thing to score are lakes, and you score points for continuous lakes. For a single lake space, for example, this would score me 0 points. But for every space after that,
so like that.
Yep, from the second space onwards, I will score 3 points per lake space.
Wow.
So the lake spaces can really power up as you play through the game.
Okay.
So I'm going to drop that one back in there. So during the game, we are going to be drawing cards, playing cards. Now, it's worth explaining the 2-player variant because that is slightly different. So in the 1-player game, in the 3 to 5-player game, every player will play a card, and this will be an open selection for everyone. In the 2-player variant of the game, a pair of cards will be drawn from the deck. So we will do this and this. And that is pair number 1. Then Kirsty and I are going to play a card here and here, and that will be pair number 2. Once again, the player who's played the highest value card will get the first player card and be able to choose from that pair. They will then play one card and discard the other card.
Okay.
And that is pretty much the rules of Honshu. There are a few additional variants that you can play, and we'll talk about those at the end of the game. But for now, let's play.
Okay.
That was strangely in stereo. That
I
let's
know.
play.
Weird. We're clearly having too much practice. So let's figure this out. Okay.
Okay, let's reveal those. So mine was a 40 and Kirsty's was a 53. So Kirsty gets to pick first between those two.
I'm going to go for this one.
And discard that, presumably. Okay. And, oh, sorry, I get a fishing resource on my starting card. And I'm going to discard that one.
Oh, I should have put resources on my
And
starting
I'm going to
card.
take that one.
Should have taken a stone and a wood.
I get a wood. Okay, so we'll reveal the next pair.
Interesting.
Now, Kirsty, in her head...
Yeah.
Now, Kirsty in her head is trying to figure out how to mess me around.
I'm not.
Yeah, she is.
No.
So Kirsty's got a 59
nice.
and I've got a 1.
Wow. What?
Your choice.
I'm going for 1 actually.
Okay, discard that. And I will take this one and discard that.
I don't know what you're saying about that, about me trying to...
So the fallow land counts as 0 points at the end of the game, so that's worthy of note as well.
Unless there's a tie.
Unless there's a tie. Okay, so we're coming into the third round, so at the end of this round we'll be swapping cards. Oh, one of the other things we can do in a 2-player game is, once you've got 2 resources on your city, if you want to take the first selection of cards, you can by discarding 2 resources. But that's decided after the first player has been decided, and then you bypass the first player. Okay, I have a 54 and Kirsty has a 7. So I actually get to have a choice for a change, which is lovely.
Oh.
I know, I feel sorry for me too. And I'll actually go for the card I played because I did want it.
Okay. This one, I think, and discard that one.
Okay. I'm making a zigzag.
This is nice. I can do that, can't I? What am I losing? Oh, no. Do that. That's right, because then I'm not covering my water. Oh no, it's not. It's a fishery.
Okay, let's swap cards. Well, let's see what rubbish Kirsty has left in my hand.
Oh my
Actually,
God.
it's not bad.
No, I've been nice to
No,
you.
you've been
I
alright.
was just playing nice cards. You, on the other hand, were not.
Was I not?
No.
Was I playing tactically?
How many rounds do we get?
12. So we got a 9 rounds remaining.
9.
Yeah, 3 cards and another 6 cards. 9 rounds.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, yeah. Wow. It's not very friendly, is it? I've been really nice to you. I think you beat me on every card. Anyway, so you're going to get first pick.
Sometimes having the first pick isn't all it's cracked out to be. So I'm on 15 and Kirsty's on 10. I'm going to take that one. Discard that.
Okay. I'm not sure between these. Can I just visualise it?
Yeah, sure.
A moment. Can't cover.
Kirsty's whispering to herself
Yes,
like
I
some kind of
am.
strange psychopath right now.
Shh. Don't tell everybody. Okay, I can do that one too.
Okay.
I just needed to visualise it sometimes. That's how my brain works.
So the next one's out. So I did a 45 and Kirsty did a 4. Interesting. I'm going to take that one.
I will take. Let's figure this out.
You figured it?
I'm just working out which one's going to fit in better. I think it's that one.
Okay.
Like so.
I like it. Nice
That's
little
right,
park
isn't it?
in the middle of
That's
your,
what I
in the
thought.
middle of your town.
That's what I wanted. Can't quite get it to sit right. I've just knocked it.
That's fine.
It's not the OCD in me. It's like
Okay, do you want to play a card?
uncomfortable. I've only got one, so
No,
I might
me
as well
too.
play it right. Surprise, surprise, you beat me.
I don't know how that happened to be fair.
Really, nothing to do with you setting up the cards, so I had awful cards.
That's how you're supposed to play the game.
Oh, well, I misunderstood that.
No, you didn't. You just decided to play nice.
Yeah, I'm a nice person. I never play mean.
Headache.
Why, what's wrong?
I'm just trying to think what the best move is.
I don't even look until after you've taken yours because in case the card I want's gone.
Which if I played correctly, it probably should be. So I'm going to take the one I played.
Okay. I need to move my whole thing over. Can I do that? I just did. Straighten it all up again now.
And I get the blue fishing resource. And that gets discarded. And we now get 6 new cards.
Right.
So as we move into the second half of the game, it's probably worth thinking about, for me, like how I've got my cities growing quite nicely. I probably want to grow and expand my lake a little bit more. And then basically any any factories. So I'm looking for gold factories. Is something that matters to me. I need to change if I can find some gold factories and take those, or gold resources. I've got 2 factories that could do with powering, or 1 actually that really needs to be powered.
The cards are not in my favour this time in terms of numerical value.
So
In any way, shape, or form. At all.
$56. 51. I want that gold.
Okay, I will be taking. I just need to work it out. That's okay.
That's fine. Now the other challenge here is like that stone. The stone resource is actually really useful for me as well. So that stone resource there, stone resource there. Really useful for me. However, I want both pieces in a perfect world, and I might not be able to have my cake and eat it in this instance. I might just have to lose the forest. Like so. But I get a gold resource there, which is very useful, which is what I wanted. How about you?
I just placed my card here.
Well done, thanks.
Sorry.
Good information, useful for everyone to know what you're thinking.
I was just, yeah.
So I'm playing quite quickly because actually, unless there's a card here that I really want, I'll just dispose of my lowest card. And if there's a card here that I do want, I'll play my highest card. And for me, that probably works best.
Just figure out what I need right now. Okay. $13 and $29.
So Kirsty gets first pick.
Okay, it's going to be this one.
Okay, that discards, and I will take probably that one.
Did I actually want that one? No, it's alright. If not, I'm going to take that one anyway, so don't worry.
Okay. So I'm giving rid of a gold factory because I've already got 2 to power. I've only got 1 thing that can power them. I'm going to use this card. I'm just going to tuck it under here to extend my city somewhat.
Just trying to figure out how I can actually put this in. That's overlapping, isn't that?
Yeah.
I can do that. Okay.
Don't put your fishery resource on there.
Oh yeah, still fishery.
And then we can discard that one.
Yeah, sorry.
$39 against 28. I'll take that one.
Okay.
So this has got a stone resource and a gold resource, both of which I need. I need to remain visible with the lake, so I'm covering up that wood factory, which I might need to see if I can find another one of those at some point. But to take the stone and the gold works wonderfully well for me.
Okay.
Have 3 cards.
And you. You've got some good cards there as well, numbers.
So have you.
I think mine are mainly higher than these.
$31 plays 42. I will discard that and take that one.
I will take that one.
Play that there.
Discard that one.
Just another fishing resource. So we're getting very close to the end of the game. Just 2 more cards to play. And we'll see how we've done. Once Kirsty plays a card.
Water has to be out, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can't cover water. When we say we can't cover water, it's these full squares, not the fishery squares, which they can be covered. Also, covering a card with a resource on it discards the resource back to the resource pool. You can't keep it if it's not available anymore.
Sorry, I'm just figuring out which way to put this. Oh, I can connect it there. I can't do that.
So Kirsty's making a very big city. Okay, let's draw some more cards. So they're both quite high cards.
Yeah.
Mixed value. So Kirsty played a 25 and I played an 8, so Kirsty gets to pick first. I really not that bothered by anything that's out there at the moment for me.
Okay. Good for you. I will take one of these.
These
It
two.
just depends on the positioning right now.
We discard that one. Take that and play that there. And we are on to our final cards. Very exciting times.
Just trying to figure out how to place it to try. Ah, it's okay. Ah, oh no, I've just realised I'm not linked down here. I thought this was linked.
No, you
To
got that
there.
there and there.
Actually, I need to fill this in down. Still not making it.
I mean, you could go over and under, so you could do.
How? Lose my woods.
But then you do connect all of that city.
Okay, so that's the one I discarded.
And this is our last selection.
Sorry, I just played
48,
it
that's
because
fine.
I didn't think there was anything else to do. There's no point in me looking because you go choose.
Yep.
I'm not even looking. I don't even want to know what I'm losing.
Take that one.
You're going to by far outweigh beat me
Well,
on the
play your
factories for sure,
cards.
because I haven't been playing the factories.
Play your cards and let's see. So have you noticed how when we get to the end of a game and Kirsty thinks she's lost, she'll start to talk about, oh no, well, I wasn't playing that game and...
No.
Just you watch.
No.
Whenever we play a game, just you watch.
No, it's not true. It's not true.
Is it not? I think it might be.
No. That doesn't connect then, does it?
No. But it's whether you want to have them connect or not.
What, trees are worth 2 and town's worth 1.
Yep, and that's 2
So
town
actually
spaces,
2
so it doesn't, unless you can
2.
connect all of those in. I don't think you can. No, actually you could.
By covering that up.
Yeah.
By doing...
No, I would... No, because you need to place one there to connect those two.
like...
No.
I don't understand how you mean. Sorry, I'm not understanding it. But I lose 1. If you do that. There's 1 underneath it.
Yeah. But how else are you going to get that space with a city on it? It's not going to work.
Because it doesn't connect to it, does
Nope.
it? So what's worth points more? That.
I'm not helping you.
I'm just working it out. Like that.
Okay, so that's that. Playing that there is 3 points.
Yeah. Playing it.
For a forest is 2 points.
So that is actually 1, 2, 3. There.
Mm-hmm.
This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I'll do that now. So I've got
Okay, so that ends the game, thankfully.
How rude. How rude.
So we now have a handy little scoring pad.
We need to power up our factories.
We do. So let's do this in
We've got a pencil.
let's do this in sequence. So a handy little scoring pad. As everyone knows, we do love a bit of maths.
Oh,
Kirsty is going to add up all the scores.
No, she
Well,
isn't.
why
No,
not?
She isn't, because Kirsty doesn't like doing maths under pressure.
On camera. Okay. Neither do I, but I have to.
Mhm.
Okay, so points from forest. So it's 2 points for every forest space. I'm not counting your board for you.
I thought you were doing yours, then mine.
Yeah, go ahead, don't mind. It's fine.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
So Kirsty has 12 and I have 10. Your largest city, 1 point per space. What's also quite impressive is Kirsty can't count in her head. 1, 8, 9, 7, 6.
25.
Oh, 25.
I think.
To my
Let's just check.
13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Sorry, I must have counted that one as well. That's
24.
not That's not included.
No.
That's fine then. That's 24.
Okay, factories. So let's power some factories.
$13.
And I'm just going to take those off the board so that I don't distract myself with them.
13.
13.
You've got far higher, I think.
Oh, let's see. 2, 6, 9, 13, 13, 16, 20, 23 for me.
It's going to be close on this one.
Yeah, you're 2 ahead at the moment, or 3 ahead at the moment, I think. And then
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Should take that one. 9,
10, 11,
10, 11,
12, 13.
12,
Yeah.
13. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then lakes.
Oh no,
So
you beat
1,
me on
2,
this.
3, 4, 5, 6 times 3 is 6,
6,
12, 18.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
Don't forget, you ignore the first one.
There, that one.
No, in the continuous lake.
What?
So 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3.
12. Oh, I've lost then. Based on that, I forgot
It's
that
close though.
bit.
How close do you think it is? Is it within 2 or 3 points?
Yes.
Okay, let's do Kirsty's score first.
No, let's do both of them together.
No, I can't do both of them.
I can. You do one
So,
side, I'll do the other.
No, it's fine. It's fine. 12 plus 20, 24 is 36, 39, 41, 51, 61 for Kirsty.
Are you sure that's right?
I mean, you can add it up again if you want. There you go.
12 plus 24 is 36. Yeah, 39. Okay.
And I get 6 plus, so 10, 23, 23, 26, 26 plus 8 is 34, 34, 54, 64.
Wow, look how close it was.
So that's our final scores.
Wow.
64 versus 61. Unfortunately,
Nice.
Kirsty has not won that game,
That's okay.
but is okay.
It's alright. We play the game for the fun, not the winning. As
So
Mr. Bailey would say, it's all a learning game.
it's all a learning game. It's not all a learning game. Sometimes you play
It
to
is.
win.
I love this game. I think it's really
tell people why you love this
so.
game.
Let me just get rid of my resources. I enjoy this game. It's simple. It's easy to travel. It's compact, but yet it has the nice. It's got that tile layering vibe that I enjoy.
Yeah, it's a tile laying game with
Slightly
cards.
Tetrisy as well with the overlap.
Yeah, you're
Maybe.
creating shapes and patterns.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And some of my favourite games are tile laying / Tetris games. So I like the idea that you're building a little village as well. I quite like that.
Mine was a bit sprawly towards.
Yours is more like New York.
Yours is much more neat and compact. Mine's in a valley.
Yeah.
Actually. Not an island.
Oh,
It's
okay,
a valley.
valley.
That's why the river's at the middle.
Yeah, nice. So mine's in the centre too.
So Honshu for me gives a lot of replayability as well. There's loads of cards, but actually, like every time you design they're building a little town, it comes out slightly differently, and it's interesting. And in all player variants, actually, I think 2 players is probably the weakest of the 2, and it's still a hell of a lot of fun. 3, 4, 5 players, when you're playing a card and cursing the person who picked your card up because it's what you wanted, it's a fantastic amount of fun.
I've only played it as a 2-player, so I'd be interested to know what it's like.
Yeah,
like more than that.
it's a nice competition as a 2-player. It's nice head to head, but as a 4 or 5 player game, it becomes really intriguing.
I'd just like to point out how pretty the artwork is on the cards as well.
So the other thing,
Stunning.
and the other thing you've got as well in the game to keep things a little bit more interesting are these variable objectives. So you can play variable objectives, and they do various different things. For example, this one you can power a single factory twice if you've got the resources to do so. So you can play with one or multiple of those cards in play just to change the game up a little bit. And overall, for a very small package, a neat and compact package that can literally fit into your pocket once you get rid of the ever so slightly oversized box.
But it's so pretty.
Yeah, you can, like, all the resources, and it's basically a deck of cards and some cubes.
And cubes.
Once you've got that in a single bag, you can take that anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic game to travel with. It doesn't take up too much table space, so you could play it in a small like camping site or something like that. You can play it anywhere. So it's a fantastic game from that respect.
It's colourful.
It's colourful. It's bright. If I've got a complaint, some of the artwork on the factories, they get lost with the amount of busy that's going on the board. Okay. But
maybe a different colour background instead of
I think so, and it would have just helped it pop out a little bit. Okay. But apart from that, actually, the game does exactly what you anticipate. It doesn't play for too long as well. It's quick. You can play through a couple of games in a row and declare a winner, or me, as it's more commonly known.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? How are we doing on the scores so far?
I can't remember.
Well, there you go.
So, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.
Don't forget, you can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Just search for Ludus Vulpes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.